Institute, and I'm going to make this a very brief video reply to a video that I just happened to watch, which was video is of Stephanie Kelton, Dr. Stephanie Kelton, who's the head of the economics department at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and one of the leading educators in the kind of economic field of modern monetary theory. And she was on with Lauren Lister on Russia Today, and I don't know when it was done, but it seems like it must have been a year ago or so, you know. And the good thing about it was Lauren Lister was trying to kind of introduce some in-depth discussion about modern monetary theory. What is it? You know, we've been hearing about it, and so she used this interview with Stephanie Kelton, who did very nicely, to bring the subject forward. So, having watched the video, I think that I want to identify, you know, the flaw in the rationale that was being advanced by Dr. Kelton on that YouTube, and it's this. Dr. Kelton says that the reason that modern monetary theory has its foundation in fiscal activity, that is to say, the government coming to the rescue of the economy, is because it is based upon the fact that the government is the monopoly issue of the currency. That is to say, that in pretty much any sovereign nation that issues its own currency, that in any sovereign nation that issues its own currency, the government has the authority to do it, and she translates the government's authority to issue the currency as the fact that the government does issue the currency, and makes statements like nobody else can issue the currency of the United States of America. So the fact of the matter is that that's not true at all. It is the furthest thing from the truth. That if you were following any of the ideas being advanced in the sovereign money website that I have been discussing earlier, you would see that the difference is the fact that this is the banker's money system. It's not the sovereign government's money system. It's the banker's money system. And it's the way that it functions is widely recognized by modern monetary theory people as the endogenous system of money, which is to say that the money is created within the machinations and the mechanics of operating the economy, for the financial part of the economy. So coming out of financial interactions, we have money, okay? And that's what our money system is all about. So basically, the flaw that is being carried forward and placed in the discussion here is that the government, which can be the monopoly issue of the currency, is the monopoly issue of the currency, and we are not. And it's because we are not that we still need to have taxation, and we're issuing debt to cover the deficits, because we're not issuing the money. See, if we were issuing the money, we wouldn't be issuing the debt. We'd just be issuing the money. And this is to me like one of the fatal flaws of modern monetary theory, because the whole premise that they're working upon, which is that the government is the sovereign, is the monopoly issue of the sovereign currency, is what needs to happen. That's what needs to come about. But the problem is that it's impossible to bring it about if what you're postulating as economic theory is that it's already here, is that it's what we have, it's what we're doing, this is how it works. This is not how it works. This is not what we're doing. We have the bankers issuing all the money. The bankers are issuing all the money in this country except for the coins. Okay, when I say issue, I mean putting into circulation. And then there's the question of whether that's currency or not. Okay, which is a vague rather ubiquitous differentiation between currency and money. To say that they always talk in terms of currency instead of money. So the question is, who issues the money? talk in currency terms. We say, well, they issue the currency. And then, well, what is currency? Well, currency for them consists of coins, paper notes, Federal Reserve notes, and reserves, which are issued by the central bank. But central bank reserves are not money. They don't fulfill no definition of money in any legal or monetary economic sense. They are strictly a media that are used to settle the accounts within the payment system of the banks that use the payment system. So that's what the reserves are, okay? And they're totally unnecessary. We should not have them. There's no need to have those reserves at all. But we have them as a carryover, really, of the gold standard. But so reserves are not money. So reserves are not money. So then we have coins and currency, and what? And the answer is bank credit. You know, in the legal tender statutes, we said bank notes. Okay, because we were allowing banks to create their own notes to serve as money. But now they don't issue the paper anymore. They just issue electronic money. But it's the same thing, you see. So it's recognized as being legal to tender for any debt payment, for any debt, or for any purchase of any goods or services. So it is money. Okay, so banks are creating the money, and they're doing it by creating bank credit. They're doing it by ledger entries. People should really have an understanding of how the money system works there. It's ledger entries by somebody comes in, there's ledger entries are made, and we get the notes signed, and we have new money. And so that's how money is created. So if that's how money is created, then what does the government have to do with it, in terms of its spending? You know, that's how it's created, and that's how it circulates, and that's what people use for money. That's the universal medium of exchange in this country is bank credit, okay? And it's legal for paying taxes, okay? So what role does the government really have in this system? Hardly any. And yet, Dr. Stephanie Kelton is saying that the government is the monopoly issue